Am I live? I think I'm live. What's going on, everyone? Matt Logic 44. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming along. I think I made it actually on time today. Oh, hold on. I got some sound coming from here. There we go. All right. Hopefully, y'all don't hear. Where am I hearing sound from? I think it's here. Okay. Am I echoing? I hope I'm not echoing. One of these days, I'm going to figure out how to live stream properly. It'll be fun. I'll look professional and everything. Marcus, you, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in, everyone. It is officially Star Wars Day. I think that's the proper term, or the May the 4th be with you day. Um, Here in, I guess, in the world, I think the whole world or considers it May the 4th day. Got some Star Wars figures right here. Carson Teva, however you want to pronounce the end of it. Carson Teva action figure. There's actually a 3.5 inch 1/18th scale Star Wars Vintage Collection, I think it is. Carson Teva figure coming out soon. So there's that. Other than that, how's it going? Am I live? I'm pretty sure I'm live. I'm hoping that I'm live. I need another phone to see if I'm actually live or not. Hang on. One of these days I'm gonna have a producer and it's gonna go like a real channel. And everybody's gonna be like, dang, this is crazy. I remember when nothing went right. It says I'm live. Okay, I am. Alright. Just making sure. Oh, what happened this week? I have not seen the Thunderbolts. I've heard it's good, and I've heard it sucked, and I've heard it's okay. No idea if it's good or not. I feel like that's the way most movies are going these days. Nobody is really like, oh my goodness, this movie's amazing, like all across the board. And then you get to like the one or two people that are saying like, oh, I don't want to follow the crowd. Some will say I hated it, but I feel like every movie's decisive at this point. Like nothing is universally just liked, like Forrest Gump or Idiocracy. I feel like everything is either that someone hates it or they really love it, and they hate the people that hate it, and then the people that hate it hate the people that love it. It's really weird. Oh, I'm live, low volume. Okay, hold on. You know what? I think I did turn my volume down. Let's see. Okay, is that better? I think that should be better. Mark C says, I have been detached from the timeline, haven't caught up with Today or Alien Day. I watched Captain America Brave New World, though. Savage Saint, what's going on, man? What did you think of Brave New World? I liked it. I didn't think it was that bad. Some people are like really upset about it. Like, oh, I hate it. It's so dumb. It's so woke and stuff. But I'm like, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was alright. It's an entertaining movie. It's no idiocracy, don't get me wrong, but it's still pretty good. Um, I did want to start off at the top of today's show and remind everybody there's an odious contest going on. Make sure you take pictures of your odious figure and you let tag Unparalleled Universe and let them know that's your entry to the odious contest to possibly win that Jumper Suit odious. A lot of Kickstarters right now and a lot of projects that were going to be happening because of the tariffs, they're not happening. Super Action Stuff just posted his alien blast effects that come inside of a vending machine on Instagram. He posted that. Again, that's not coming out until those tariffs are situated And so that kind of sucks for anybody who wanted those accessories. But if you want that jumpsuit odious, go join the competition. Let's see. MadLogic44 says much. All right. Mark C says Brave New World was okay. Some parts weren't good. That one CGI at the end and one character I wish had a role, but it was enjoyable enough. Yeah, I mean it was okay. The new Falcon guy, I don't know that I'm a fan of the new Falcon guy. It was kind of like I don't know. I think they could have did his role a little bit better. But overall, I thought the movie was okay. I do want to see Thunderbolts, even though some people were saying that they hate it. I do want to see Fantastic Four, even though some people are already saying it's gonna be dumb. Makes no sense. Like you can't just judge it. Well, I take it back. You can't judge it from the trailer because they're trying to make you want to see it. But if the trailer doesn't want to make you see it, I can see how you would judge it at that point. Let's see. What do I got to do this live chat? Okay. Mark C says some people that think like that try too hard to sound like a devil's advocate in every situation. They rarely have an original thought. That's my thing with it too. Whenever you're like, oh, I'm just gonna say the opposite, but is that really how you think? Actually, my old manager at work, she thought I was that type of person because she would be like, hey, I got this idea. We're gonna do this new thing, blah 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 blah. And I'd be like, hey, that's a great idea, but hey, here's some things we gotta think about just in case it comes up. And she thought that I was just trying to be a thorn in her side when I was like, no, 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 no. I'm trying to make sure we're well prepared for anything that might happen in the future going forward. And when she finally got around to understanding how I think about things and not just like, this is my idea, I'm thinking about what others might have an opinion of or might have an idea for, and we got to be prepared for that. She finally realized that, and then she quit. So now I got to start off with another manager who also thinks that I'm that way. And I'm like, that's not my thing. Half the time I agree with y'all, but we got to see all sides, all facets of this project, of this new procedure policy that we're going to throw out there. And it's very difficult to make people understand that. Let's see. Mark C says, I like the new Falcons actor. Loki would love him to be Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern, if he wasn't tied to the MCU. I don't know. It's not like they signed a contract that says they can't go do DC stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think his character was written kind of. I don't know. It could have been better. I feel like most other what's the word I'm looking for? Most other characters' origins, they came in a little bit stronger than his was. Mark C says, I didn't expect to see professional Saints tonight, but we ball, I guess. That's right. Sometimes I actually drop little nuggets of actual information. That's probably going to be it for today. I'll be real honest. All right. Hey, by the way, thanks for sticking with me the past 2 live streams when I was on medicine that made me sound like I was a wretched drunk. I stopped taking the medicine. I still got nerve damage in my neck, but I stopped taking the medicine because it was affecting me too much. MadLogic44 says, yeah, that's me. I'm known to be negative, not negative, just cautious, but look at all angles before moving forward. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't go into something with only your feeling and thought process without taking into account everybody else, how they might be thinking. That's why I keep trying to tell people. That's the point I'm trying to get across. Sorry, my phones are blinking for some reason. I was like, that's the point I'm trying to get across. And nobody wants to see it that way. Mark G says, he's just a secondary character, not given a lot of depth. It is what it is, but when they try to raise the stakes for him, it's weird after knowing he's coming back for Doomsday. That's my thing. It's like you kind of shied him in, not real strong, and then we're supposed to love him by the next film. I don't know if we're gonna get that. Mark Z also says, glad you're feeling butter. But he did mean better. I like butter though, so that's pretty good. Um, I think it was someone asked me one time, they're like, when you make white rice, do you make it with salt or butter? I'm like, I use both. I use salt and I use butter, salted butter as well. Make it real unhealthy. Take a healthy food and make it unhealthy. Then you throw some pepper in there for no reason. That's how I keep it simple. Who knows? One day we'll make white rice here on the live stream if I can figure out how to get my little rice cooker right here next to me. Where's my hand? Right here next to me. But yeah, no. So what else? Several companies are no longer selling to Americans because of the cost of tariffs. That's crazy. That people are just straight up like, we're just gonna stop selling to Americans, buy it on eBay from somebody for a lot more than it would have cost initially. And that kind of sucks because it's like, what are we supposed to do? We can't, like, I guess slow down. Like, it's cool because I want to slow down anyway, so it works out. Mark Z says butter plus salt and white rice. Yes, it's delicious. Says I forgot our different backgrounds. What do you put in your white rice? Anything? I put salt and butter. It's delicious. If you put enough butter, it gives it a little hint of color too. That's sometimes you're like, all right, it might be too much butter. At that point, I'm pretty much just dipping rice in butter and eating it. By the way, I had that argument with people at work. I like to dip tortilla chips in butter when I'm at a restaurant. Sometimes I do that at home too, but I feel weird doing it at home. I feel like, why have I got to that point in my life where I'm eating chips and butter at home? It's weird to me. But at a Mexican restaurant, I'll do it all day. Mark C says tariffs are going to be my Winter Soldier Red Book word, along with NECA. And I don't know what else. Oh, speaking of NECA, their parent company bought Diamond Select Toys. Yeah, Diamond Select Toys. I did get worried. I was like, ooh, Diamond Select's going out. That's weird. What? Mark Z says, dog, I didn't know you were supposed to put anything in rice except cooking it with water. What? No, man. You throw some salt in there and you chop up butter in there and you let it simmer, not simmer, cook, boil. The water boils. You throw salt in there while it's boiling the water. When you throw the rice in there, then you cut off some chunks of butter, drop the butter in there, let it melt in there all together in one. And then as it starts to, what's the word? As the water starts to evaporate out, that's when you start mixing it. Tastes real good. Gaijin. Mark C says, who's their parent company? I forgot who it was, like American something or another. Let me see. NECA parent company. Oh, Ad Populum LLC. I was way off when I said America. Ad Populum LLC has purchased Diamond Select Toys. Which that's what I was confused about too, because I know Adam works for Gentle Giant, and I guess I know Diamond Select has a lot of Gentle Giant stuff that they get, but I didn't realize that was pretty much like this. I guess the same company. I don't know. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that worked out, but that's cool. Hopefully everything works out with Diamond Select and Gentle Giant Company. We all love their Hulk Hogan figures. Not maximum, but they're pretty good still. Lucky Butter, what's going on, man? We're talking about butter and salt in rice. The new Falcon, kind of weak right now. Thunderbolts is either good or bad, depending on who you ask. What else did we talk about? Oh, we talked some professional stuff. And I think that, tariffs. All the time, tariffs is the new thing. We're just going to have to keep talking about it. Marcy says, this cultural exchange about rice is what the enemy is hiding from us. Dude, I can't believe y'all haven't flavored rice yet, man. You just throw it in there. Throw some salt, throw butter, sprinkle a little bit of pepper in there, and you're good, man. Want to keep us in our grains divided, man, for real. You know what though? I know I'm Hispanic and all, but I prefer white rice over brown rice. I'll say it. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I prefer my white rice over brown rice. Like if white rice and brown rice were both walking into a store that I worked at, I wouldn't follow the brown rice around. I'd follow the white rice around. I know this sounds counterintuitive, but I would do that because it's more delicious. Lucky Butter says, "What about truffle butter?" What is truffle butter? Someone else mentioned that at work one time. And they assume because I'm their supervisor, I'm supposed to know these things. I have no idea. Wait, what is truffle butter slang meaning? Oh. Okay. So I put truffle butter and Google was like, first recommendation was, what is truffle butter slang meaning? Ooh. um, I'm not gonna say that one. I'm not. I'm gonna go ahead and stay off the. I'm gonna go ahead and not talk about what truffle butter slang meaning is. Uh, Here goes one. What the heck is a truffle? No, no, that's a mushroom or something, right? Truffles are mushroom. Yeah, truffles are a type of mushroom. Yeah. All right, let me see. What about truffle butter? If I'm not mistaken, there was a whole song about truffle butter in 2014. Yeah, probably. It's gross. You know what it is? It's gross. Mark Z says, I love Spanish rice and beans. It's heaven. Truffles are a type of poison. The slang isn't recommended. Yeah, no, it's it's wow. Truffle butter. I now have a new thing to say to people that don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Savage Saint says, "Wow, we are going there, huh?" We almost did. We almost did, but I was like, you know what? I have too many of my live streams that have yellow monetization because they're like, well, these are real questionable. We don't know if we're gonna allow this one. Mark C says, Sonny had a good heavens pearls clutch moment in life. Dude, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like Butter says, but there was a song about it in 2014. The radio girl was shocked to find out what it meant. I was shocked to find out what it meant. I thought I knew these things. What do you eat truffle butter with? Probably lots of alcohol. If we're talking about the slang term. Mark Z says, out of all the things that would offend or catch Sonny aback, I didn't think truffle butter would be one of them. Dude, when we're done, or if you can do it somehow, yeah, go open up a new screen and search truffle butter slang. And then you'll be like, oh man, I've been slanging truffle butter this whole time. Oh, that's so gross. Oh, because the mushroom. I get it now. I get it. That's disgusting. That's all I'm gonna. Mark says almost type truffle fluffer. I mean, that's probably a thing nowadays. Once you look it up, you're like, oh, that's totally a thing at this point. I got my healthy water right here. The doctor said I'm old, so now I got to drink water. And I ate carrots the other day. It was crazy, life changing. Marky, I'm not repeating what I said that you typed there. Truffle butter is a compound butter made with butter combined with other ingredients, including truffles or synthetic truffle flavorings. Yeah, I wouldn't put mushrooms with it. I don't like mushrooms. I don't do mushrooms. One time, my aunt, she was watching. Well, she was. Here's the thing. Sometimes I didn't realize I was being babysat. I thought I was hanging out at my cousin's house. Turns out I was just being babysat by my aunts. Because my mom would be like, hey, can you watch our kids? She would say, yeah. And then she would tell us, hey, y'all want to go spend the night? We're like, yeah. Totally roped into that one. No, but She one time ordered pepperoni pizza. I bit it. I was like, this tastes awful. What is this? It was from Domino's. I never had Domino's. I'm a Little Caesars dude through and through. Um, we used to do Pizza Hut a long time ago, a place here. I don't know if everybody has it, but in Texas, there was a place called Pizza Inn that we used to do. But Pizza Hut or Little Caesars, she had Domino's, and I was like, this is disgusting. And then I happened to, as I was biting my pizza again, I put it down in disgust and I dropped it. It flipped over and there were mushrooms in the crust. I was like, ugh. Someone put mushrooms in the crust. And she was like, yeah, that's the way we eat it. And I was like, don't ever do that again. I want to go home right now. And she was like, you can't. Your mom and dad aren't home. I was like, what? What's going on here? And that's when I realized also two things right there that night. Found out I hate mushrooms. Three things. Found out I hate mushrooms. Found out you can put mushrooms in crust of pizza and ruin pizza. And three, it wasn't my option to spend the night. I was going to be over there regardless. Lucky Butter says, recommended homework for the Sunny viewers this week to look up slang word of truffle butter and then listen to the song. I do. I'm going to go listen to the song later. Now I'm curious about the song. Mark Z says, I like mushrooms. It's one of the things I appreciate as I got older, like basketball. I actually liked basketball less when I got older because I was like, this seems so easy to play. And as I got older, I'm like, I still can't figure it out. So I don't even watch basketball. I used to play NBA Jam all the time. I don't even play that very much. Mark says, oh geez, the Truffle Butter song is by Nicki Minaj. No wonder it sounded familiar. Yeah, I saw that. So I was like, oh. Nicki Minaj, I will say, is one of the female rappers that I do like her style of rap. Not like her content necessarily, but her style, her cadence and flow. I do like that. She doesn't sound like, and I know if a girl happens to accidentally click on this live stream, she doesn't sound like most girl rappers. Like that's why I like Snow the Product too. I listen to Snow the Product song. Well, I don't have any songs necessarily by Snow the Product, but I like her sound because she has a better flow and cadence too. Mark C says, someone put mushroom in the crust. It's a trap. Tone is worthy to be put in a movie script, like Neon or A24. Like Butter says, if I recall, Domino's tasted like the cardboard box in the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, that didn't help either. It wasn't that good of a pizza to begin with. Now they changed things up and added stuff, crust to the menu. I do like Domino's now, but the thin crust tastes like they're eating it on a cracker. So I like. Mark Z says, just caught the Houston and Golden State Warriors games tonight. My condolences. Savage says, I can't keep up typing. Erase 2 comments. Because topics went from truffle butters to ants to pizza and then somehow tied it perfectly. Oh man, it's hilarious, dude. I used to love Nicki's music back then, like when I was in middle school. Shouldn't have listened to it, but it's nostalgic. Dang it, every time you say stuff like that, I'm like, Mark Z, Nicki Minaj came out when I was an adult. So it's weird. It's weird. It's crazy. It's crazy to see that. But I like that. I like that. Gotta have different age ranges and stuff like that. So but yeah, no, that's funny. I gotta go back to Savage saying I can't keep up typing. Erase 2 comments because topics went from. I can't. That's the hilarious sentence. I like that. Erase 2 comments because topics went from truffle butter to ants to pizza and then so. Oh man, I like that. I like that. If I could highlight that comment somehow, I would, but this stupid software doesn't let me do that. Oh wait, I can pin it. There I go. I'm pinning that message. Pinning that message. So if anybody pops in, they're like, "What am I talking? What's going on here?" Oh man. Oh, what were we talking about? Okay, truffle butter. No, it's mushroom butter. My wife might like that. She likes mushrooms. She might like truffle butter. Now, for some reason, I saw TB as tuberculosis. You know, when I read it the second time, I was like, oh, it could have been tuberculosis too. I'm going to have the truffle butter podcast now. Mark Z said, I'm getting old along, y'all. Don't worry. You know what? I feel like, okay, here's the thing. I feel like younger people are getting older faster, but like older people looked older earlier. Like I see pictures like my parents and stuff or my aunts and uncles. They're like, oh, this is when I was in high school. I'm like, why do you look like you're 30 going on your second marriage and you don't know, you don't talk to your kids? Like they looked old. It's very weird. But now, like younger people don't look, I mean, older people don't look as old as they should. Like Jennifer Lopez, she's like 65 or something. She doesn't look that old. I don't know how old she is. Let me look up uh, Puerto Rican sensation J-Lo. She is 55 years old. I was only 10 years old. Only what's going on, man. It says, tried to erase truffle butter from my mind years ago. Oh, man. Savage Saint says, had to shorten it to keep it up. Not to keep it up, to keep up. Oh, man. We're still talking about truffle butter. The truffle butter talk is taking me back to 2014. I'm like, what was I doing in 2014 that I did not know that? Let me see. 2014. I would have been 31. Oh, okay. It's 2014. Yeah, that's when I was like backing out of the downtown scene. So that makes sense. Mark C says, I noticed that like millennials pointing that out about Gen Z, my generation. All I can think of is how millennials were depicted by 30 plus actors playing high schoolers. But it's crazy though, because back in the day, they looked like high schoolers looked like 30-year-olds back in the day. So it's like it's not even a far stretch when they used to do that. Because what was the like if you go look back at anybody, like if you go look at high school yearbooks for 1960, all those people look like they're 38. I don't know why. Mark C says, I was in middle school, early high school in 2014. It was a dark time in my life. Smokes angrily at window. Lucky Butter says, the celebrities are sucking or drinking something to keep them so young these days. Look at Tom Cruise. He's older, but 6 years ago, he barely looked his age. Tom Cruise is like 70, right? Because Tom Cruise was old when I was little. He's 62 years old. Why do I feel like oh, dang, this older picture of him, he does. I mean, he still don't look 62, but he looks like he's getting older. He still does his own stunts, too. That's what's up. Mark C says, my excuse, these tariffs are making us age older than we actually are. There you go. Tariffs all the time with the tariffs, man. Every single thing is going to point to the tariffs. Mission Impossible was in 1996. He was 34 years old at the time. I really feel like he was a lot older. So, yeah, he looks old still. What else were we talking about? Oh, free comic book day. I didn't bring my comic books with me. I did get a few. I went late. I went like at almost 9 o'clock to the comic book store. And so I missed out on some of them. I really wanted to get the one with Chamba that he did, Mega Man, I think it was. I didn't get that one though. They ran out of that one. Yeah, I don't know which ones I got. I got the, what's his name? Scotty Young, I think. I follow him on Instagram. I think it's Scotty Young. I got his comic book about fairy tales or something like that. His artwork looks cool. I really like his artwork. Mark C says, but NBS, I've always looked older for my age. At my last teaching job, when we worked with volunteers at the local college, the college students thought I was older than them. But it's the other way around. Yeah, no, actually, when I still had hair, people thought I was younger than I am. Now that I don't have hair, people are like, yep, that's about right. Like Bud says, maybe Scientology has some magic behind it all. It's the fountain of youth, not the fountain of knowledge over the Scientology Center. Hey, you know what's crazy? The Scientology Center here in Austin started doing open mic comedy. I was like, well, that is a weird place to have an open mic comedy, but they do here in Austin. Matt Lodge 44 says, anyone read Transformers? The free book had a huge reveal. They did not have that one. I don't know what went in that one either. So I was like, crap. We got there. My kid got the two that he was looking forward to. He wanted the Dr. Seuss graphic novel and then the Minecraft manga, which he got both of those. Like, he straight up went over there. He's like, all right, got him. Let's go, Dad. I was like, hey, calm down, boy. I haven't looked at anything. Savage Saint says, growing up in the late 70s and 80s, we inhaled more secondhand smoke than some firefighters ever see. By senior year, we all look 30. See, that's what I'm talking about. But you know what, though? When I was a freshman in 1990, when was I a freshman? 98. I had to be a freshman in 98. The seniors looked about 30 years old. And then I skipped a year. But the seniors that I was in 12th grade with, they look like kids still. It's very weird. Mark C says, I miss being hyped for Free Comic Book Day. I've been losing track of this whole year so far. I found out about it the night before. And I was like, oh, crap. I should probably take my kid. I'd be like, you can have any comic book you want on this back table. He'd be like, can I have that one over there? No, on this back table only. You can have a back table. You let me know. In fact, get two of them if you want. Then he found out what Free Comic Book Day was. So now I just got to say, I'm going to go Free Comic Book Day. Like Butter says, that is, hey, maybe you can be a smasher with that, smasher with that crowd. Scientology, just shower Sunday Scientology bucks. I know, I was like, part of me was like, I want to check it out. But another part of me was like, I might disappear. So I didn't do it. There's plenty of other open mics here in Austin that I don't need to risk being kidnapped by Scientology or Leah Remini. Mark C says, as Savage saying, that might be why I look older. Wait, from secondhand smoke? That could be. I hear that ages you. Smoke. Remember, Savage saying, do you remember when they used to have cigarette vending machines? That was crazy. You would go to like IHOP, and right there in the waiting lobby area, they would have cigarette machines. You could buy cigarettes right there from a little vending machine. I was like, that is crazy. Well, now I think it's crazy. Before, that was just what happened. Lucky Butter says, yes, I've definitely been around way too much secondhand smoke in my life. Thank you, citizens, for giving me health issues. I always think it was funny, the people who would be smoking and be like, oh, you shouldn't eat red meat. It's bad for you. Like, really? I think smoke is probably worse. Marcy says, Sonny ends up in the group alongside Jared Leto and 5 years later. Jared Leto's not a Scientologist anymore, though. I think he's trying to perform his own religion, if I'm not mistaken. Olu, what's going on? Says, I was a fresh fish in 98, too. I just gave you another shout out, even though I talked about comments on what you said earlier. There you go, 98. That's what I'm talking about. That was a weird year. Because then we're like, oh my goodness, 2 more years. Y2K, we're going to die. That didn't happen. Mark C says, I just realized Wade's in the background. Bam. Right there. I got it right. I just missed it by a little bit, but I got the arm right. Yeah, that was the photo when Odious. Was it Odious? Yeah, I think it was when Odious had. Oh, when he was going to have those jumpsuit Odiouses at San Diego Comic-Con. I can't remember which Comic-Con. But I told him, I was like, let me throw you a little promo for it. So I had him do this, and I print out the photo. Lucky Butter says, heck yeah, we used to get on all the airplanes that had ashtrays. Dude, my first car was a 91 Park Avenue and had ashtrays. It had ashtrays in the front, back, both doors, the little center console thing on the middle. Had ashtrays everywhere. Savage says, yes, sir, you can smoke on planes when I was growing up. Airtight canister early through the air. Good times. Marcy says, there's a Y2K movie with Fred Durst, I think by A24. There is. It's on my watch list. I haven't seen it yet. I do want to watch it, though. My wife was like, that looks stupid. I'm like, I know. That's why I want to watch it. So we're just going to have to watch it later, I guess. Well, without her, obviously. She's going to be like, I don't want to watch that. No, but I do want to see it, though. I think it sounds good. Oh, yeah. Olu says, I remember smoking or non-smoking always being an option at restaurants. Yeah, that's right. They'd be like, you want smoking or non-smoking? And if they put you too close to the smoking room, you might as well just be in a smoking room. Like Butter says, Taco Bell used to have a stack of ashtrays if you needed them with your meal. That's right, dude. Oh, man, I forgot about that. Yeah, you could just randomly get ashtrays places. Like every patio place had ashtrays on the tables. That is crazy, though. I totally forgot about that. Although now that they're legalizing marijuana everywhere, they might start bringing ashtrays back. Can you imagine if they were like, oh, did you smoking or non-smoking? They had like grinders and stuff in there on the table for you. That would be crazy. I mean, we might get there. We might get there eventually. And speaking of that, if you're in Texas, they are trying to criminalize marijuana again. They accidentally decriminalized it. Now they're going back to criminalize it. Some people were at the Capitol marching. No, no, no. Some I don't know. They had. I'm pretty sure they had some chants and stuff. Savage Saint says we didn't need smoke machines at clubs. No. Yeah. Like Butter says, cigarette and Taco Bell taco always hit the spot. What do you like with your tacos from Taco Bell? Oh, it's a nice cigarette at the end. Mark C says, I didn't smoke, but I was around it a lot, so my clothes smell like cigarettes. Yeah, some of my aunts used to just smell like cigarettes. You'll give them a hug, and you're like, well, this shirt's going to smell like cigarettes the rest of the day. Now they don't smoke, but they used to smoke cigarettes a lot. I remember they'd be like, go to the store and give me a pack of Marlboro Lights. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll go get you some. I was just a kid. I didn't know anything about it. Yeah, there you go. Olu says, went to Houston last week. H-Town represents. Met Bun B at Trill Burgers. That's what's up. Hey, what'd you think of the burger, man? Did you like it? I didn't get the sauce because I was like, I don't like sauces. But I thought the burger was good. Was Bun B like, what's up, man? I know Sonny. No, I'm just kidding. He don't know me. No, but that's dope that you met Bun B. I know a lot of people go there. And I would say, of all the people that I've known have gone to Trill Burger, I'd say probably about a third of them actually got to meet Bun B, which is cool. And he's real cool too. He was real cool with me. He was like, yeah, take a picture. Now I gotta go fix my ice machine. It's all right. Handle up, dude. Handle up. Lucky Butter says, flick some ash into that Taco Bell ground beef, give some more character. Ugh. Man Logic 44 says, I only get the urge to smoke anymore when I watch Tarantino movies. What does he have? Apple? Was it Red Apple cigarettes or something? What are they called? Tarantino cigarettes brand. Red Apple. There you go. I was like, I know something like that. Red Apple. I had read that. I'm like, oh, that's dope. Like if I were a director or a writer or something, I think I would just make my own products to put into movies as well. That'd be cool. Mark C says, side note though, shout out to the people who are sober or are recovering. Yeah, shout out to those people. Especially the ones who are recovering. I think that's the hardest part, going through that recovery phase. There's a person on my Facebook friends list that he's always constantly saying that he's going through recovery. Olu says, burger was great. Wish we had one in the shop. You know what, though? They're supposed to start franchising it out. I know he had some issues with a company or a chef that said he stole a recipe from them or whatever, but I think they squashed that because they're making a second location there somewhere near Houston, and that looks like they could be branching it out other places. But then I guess you run into the thing about it with at that point was if it's franchised everywhere, you have less of a chance to run into Bun B if you ever go to one of the locations. So that's the only downside, I would say. There you go, Marcus. These Sonny's fish stick tacos posted in the background of every movie show. Dude, if I make a movie, if I ever write a movie, they're gonna be eating fish stick tacos, and we're not even gonna say anything about the fish stick tacos. It's just gonna be there. They're gonna be like, wow, they're just eating it like it's a normal thing. Well, that's right. It is a normal thing. I'm gonna lie and be like, yeah, it's part of the Hispanic culture. I didn't know that. It's like menudo. They're gonna be like, no, it's not at all. Um, no, but yeah, the burgers were good. The fries were good too. Um, but yeah, like what was it? Mark Wahlberg has that Wahlburgers or whatever. I've never been there. I think there's one here in Austin. I think there is Wahlburger. Wahlburgers. I think there's one here. Locations. I've never been there, but or it was a pop up or something like that. I can't remember. I'm gonna Google it real quick. No, I don't want to join the club. Oh, there are no Wahlburgers. I could have swore there was one here in Austin, but it might have just been a pop up location. Yeah, there's none in Texas anymore. But that's the time too. Like at the first one, you would see Mark Wahlberg there apparently pretty often, but he's not. I mean, you have Mary where you can't be at all locations at this point. Mark C says, Sonny, I don't even care. I wrote an Oscar nominated film. I just want someone to put my fish stick tacos. That's right. Get that on the what Kevin Smith did that. He did a pop up for what's the burger place in Clerks 2? Movies? Clerks burger place. Movies. There you go. That's a pop up that goes around America. But apparently you have to pre-order your food, which is very weird. Like Butter says, oh yeah, even Mark Wahlberg looks really young for his age. Yeah, he's another one that looks young for his age. Mark C says, literally me wanting to be famous only so I can appear on Hot Ones. You know, someone at City Hall, I can't say their name, but they were at City Hall and they wanted to do an Austin version of Hot Ones. And they're like, we're going to get you to host. And I was like, that's a terrible idea. I hate sauce. But I am an attention whore. So I was like, it sounds great, dude. Let me know. Luckily, the idea fell through. But I was like, I don't want to eat these sauces. Oh, it's going to be gross. Savage Saint says, I'm going to try them tacos one day. You will love them. It's just a little thing of getting through 48 years without eating a fish stick. Dude, you got to cook fish stick properly, though. Get the crisp golden crunch on it. There you go. I love me some classy cheese, though. That's what I'm talking about. Provolone all the way, baby. Put that fish stick right in there with that provolone cheese. Wrap that corn tortilla around it. Just mwah. If your mouth isn't watering right now, you have broken taste buds. Mark Z says, as a Bostonian, I still haven't tried Wahlburgers. I'm good with Shake Shack and Tasty Burger. I'm trying to think. I have not tried Shake Shack. I thought I was eating Shake Shack one time, and turns out I just wasn't reading the building. It was Steaks and Shakes. I was like, oh, this is something similar. People were like, no, it tastes nothing the same. I have never had Tasty Burger. I might have to try that one day. But I'm also kind of sad because they just killed one of our local burger places here near my house. It's called Shortstop. I love their burgers so much. I loved them all the time as a kid. They were all over East Austin. It was like a poor people burger. They branched out, and the one that was here near my house is gone. And now I'm saddened every time I eat a burger. I mean, I could go a little bit further out to get one, but I don't know. It's not the same. Mark C says, Sonny, y'all want me, another light-skinned bald man, to host the Hot Ones like show? Yeah, dude, because it's crazy too, because they were like, oh, you can get like local celebrities here in Austin. And now we have a bunch of celebrities that call Austin home. So I still feel a bit weird about that when people are like, oh, this is my hometown. Like, shh, you became famous and bought a really nice house here. Some of us actually grew up here. So it feels weird when they say that. I get it. If you've been here 10, 15, 20 years, yeah, cool. But some people are like moving here and they're like, oh yeah, this is my home now. I'm like, ooh, let's calm down. Let's calm down there. So let's get to know the locals first, and then we'll go from there. Lucky Butter says 2025 still waiting for another solid recipe from the Sunday channel. We need more recipes to fill out an entire cookbook. It might be white rice. Apparently, Marcus Yee does not cook white rice with salt, butter, and just a sprinkle of pepper on it. I told him that's the way you're supposed to cook white rice. He said no. He said white rice is rice and water. I was like, when do you put the salt in or the butter? And he said you don't. And then sprinkle a little bit of pepper. Just get a little bit of blackness in there. See, I like to sprinkle a little bit of pepper in there too, because then you don't know if you're eating rice weevils. And once you find out that you've been eating rice weevils all your life, you look at rice a little bit differently. You're like, I've been eating what? Yes, you've been eating bugs this whole time in your rice. That's why when you buy your rice, you're supposed to put it in the freezer to kill the rice weevils and to kill the rice weevil eggs. That way, when you cook it, you're not having to try to scoop out rice weevils. They're dead already. Savage Saint says, LOL, I'm from an Italian family that owned a fish market. Never saw them in my house. I'll get there one day. I'm sure my kids will ask them eventually. What? You don't buy them for your kids? Oh, man. I bought fish sticks for my kids. My oldest ate them and then stopped liking them. And then my little one did not like them. And then he ate one day off my plate. And then he ate 5 of them off my plate. And I was like, dude, I only made myself 10. Like, what's up with this, man? I wasn't planning a snack. This was my lunch. And then we found out he likes fish sticks. But yes, get them for your kids and try them out. Your Italian family your fish market Italian family will appreciate that you've finally gone that far. Marcy says, I've considered doing food-based content in Boston solely out of spite because of Boston influencers promoting places outside of Boston. Lucky Butter says, speaking of Texas celebrities, is Matthew McConaughey actually from Texas or just reps Texas? He always had at that Longhorns game. He is from Texas. He's not from Austin originally, but he's been here in Austin for a really, really long time. He says, oh yeah, if he says I'm a hometown boy from Austin, I'll be like, yeah, he is. He's been here forever. So it makes sense with him. But yeah, he is from Texas, just not from Austin. Mark C says, weevils have been a new food fear of mine recently. Dude, rice is filled with them. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, if you get a box of rice and open it and... Sorry, sometimes I read the comments while I'm talking. Savage Saint says, or disown me. His Italian family will disown him. Oh, man. You know what? I don't gotta. Yeah, they might. It's a risk. it's a risk I'm willing for you to take. No, but yeah, weevils are like. There's a bunch. There's a bunch in rice. There's probably like, I don't know, 1 weevil to every 18 grains of rice. It's ridiculous how much there is. Plus the eggs are there. That's why if you keep your rice in the pantry or a cabinet or under the sink, and it grows more weevils. It's crazy. I had to Google, can I eat rice weevils? Because there was so many one time in this box. And I was like, well, I was going to cook rice, so I need to know if I can eat these things. And they're like, yeah, you can eat them. I was like, all right. My kids were like, it's crazy how some of the rice is different color. I'm like, yep. It's crazy how that rice is a different color. Yeah, just go ahead and finish your rice. Because, yeah, they ate a lot of weevils that day. It was a ridiculous amount. Like I was taking them out, like they were like in the hot water, and I was taking them out, but I was like, this is too many. I should just Google if I can eat these. And so out of laziness, we ate a lot of bugs that day. But yeah, when you get rice from the store, immediately throw it in the freezer. Like don't even eat it the next day. Throw it in the freezer, eat it a week later, because there's gonna be weevils in there. Might as well eat just the eggs, not the actual weevil. Like don't let the weevil grow. Eat the eggs. It's like breakfast, like rice breakfast right there. Mark Z says, I've never seen one before. We wash our rice, but still. Wait, wash your rice? I guess that's a way to weed them out, but I never thought about that. I don't wash rice. I just throw it right in the water. Am I supposed to wash the... Wait, hold on. Let's Google this now. Wait a minute. Should I wash my rice before cooking? Oh man, it says yes. It is generally recommended to wash your rice before cooking. I had no idea. I've been feeding my kids this nasty rice for years now. I didn't even wash it. I don't even understand how you wash rice. Want to fall through the colander? Let me see. What happens if you don't wash rice before cooking? Oh, we get excess starch. Oh man, this is hilarious. I learned so much on this show. Mark G says, do that reaction again. Malage 44 says, one, I think you're supposed to I think you're supposed to wash rice first. Oh man. Two, rice on a box. Oh man. Oh yeah, we always wash the rice. I'm sorry, this is brand new information to me right here. I'm gonna go tell my mom, you know we've been eating dirty rice this whole time. She's like, yeah, it's Cajuns love it. I'm like, no, not that kind. Mark C says, is this an Asian thing? We always wash our rice. Or am I in the wrong timeline? Oh man. Oh, Lucky Butters. Oh, Sonny. Mad Logic 44. 3. Had more protein with your meal. That's what I'm talking about. It's crunchier. 7. Oh, this is becoming a classic here. Mark C says, you learned truffle butter. Truffle butter and washed rice weevils. I guess it's how you get the weevils out. Oh man. Oh god, I've been feeding my kids bugs for no reason. That sound made me think of Pee Wee. Pee Wee Herman. Hey, NECA got that new Pee Wee Herman figure. That looks pretty good. Mark C says, Mama Castillo to Sonny. Dude, we've always watched our rice. What are you talking about? You know what, man? She probably did teach me that one time. I wasn't paying attention at that point. Like Butter says, Sonny's been eating the extra protein rice edition for years. I'm going to be mad if they say eating rice weevils causes hair loss. I'm going to be so mad about that. Oh, man. Mark C says, this weevil talk gonna make me all paranoid to check my rice tomorrow. Oh man, this is hilarious, dude. There's like nothing on here that says don't wash your rice. Oh man, this is hilarious, dude. Do all types of rice need to be washed? As a general rule, you should rinse all types of rice before cooking. Oh man, those poor little weevils, they could have went down the drain. Instead, they went in my stomach and in my large intestine. Savage Stain says it builds character and microbiotic resistance. Oh man. Like versus LOL, hair loss might be a thing with dirty rice. It might. Oh man, what if it's like the Weevils do it? Weevils cause baldness. That's so random. Oh man, I'm gonna start asking. If I ever have guests on here, I'm gonna be like, hey, let me ask you a few questions. What are your thoughts on abortion, and do you wash your rice before you cook it? What? How long should I soak rice before cooking it? 30 minutes to 2 hours or overnight for brown rice. Oh, this is hilarious, man. Oh God. What I'm gonna put in here. What if I don't wash my rice? Hold on. Wait. What if I don't wash my rice? Okay. All right. It says that you get some clumpy rice. Uh, no one talks about the weevils though. All right. So check this out. I'm gonna start washing my rice. Oh man. Mark Z says Sonny's having an existential crisis right now. Mark Z says, "Do you wash your rice? Is this show's equivalent to Wade's? What are your thoughts on breast milk?" Oh man, washed versus unwashed rice. Someone made a video. Someone made a YouTube video about it. What if I don't wash my rice? Google. My condolences to your hair. I'm gonna, I'm gonna do a YouTube video. I didn't wash my rice for 41 years and I've gone bald. People will be like, what? This is crazy. All right, where we at? Where we at? Lucky Butter says, this reminds me of the time my Mexican friend literally turned on the oven without looking inside. After a few minutes, he smelled something burning. I was shocked to find out his family didn't use. Oh, yeah. You gotta be careful with that. I melted some plastic spoons, the handle of a pan, and ruined the Teflon coating on my cousin's dishes because I didn't know he put them in the oven. And I turned it on to make a pizza, and then I went downstairs to go check the mail. And when I came back up, our apartment was filled with smoke and smelled really weird, which I think was the Teflon. And that day we had to go eat out. We did not get to make dirty rice. Mark C says, when we wash rice, we rinse it until the water is clear or close to it. What? Yeah, dude, when I cook rice, that water's pretty murky. Like it's almost not see-through. Like I have to scoop in to make okay, that rice is still in there. Like it's so what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Not opaque. Is it opaque? It's so yeah, opaque would be the word. I can't see through it. Mark Z says, my mom used to put things in the oven too, like pot or pan lids. She just recently stopped. Yeah, I do. Like my parents, you know what's crazy? So when I moved out of my parents, well, okay, so when I was younger, we lived in a house that was falling apart. Like my parents applied for a grant to help us to repair our house. They sent an inspector out, and the inspector was like, we got to condemn this house. Like, why are y'all living here? So instead, they're like, we got a different program. We'll knock down this house and build a new house. So they built a new house and put a dishwasher in there. Never used that dishwasher. They got into that new house on my senior year. So then a few years later, I left, got an apartment. I actually had a dishwasher, learned how to use a dishwasher. I went to my parents' house to use their dishwasher. I started their dishwasher and it immediately broke because they'd never used it. So all the lines were like dried up and cracked. And there was water all over their place. But yeah, they never used the dishwasher to actually wash dishes. It was just to store dishes. And sometimes, my bad, I'm all hiccuping. Uh, we would use the broiler, the bottom part of the stove, to store everything in, like the roaster pans, cookie sheets. The cupcake pans. We used to store them all on the bottom side, on the bottom thing. What is it called? The roaster. What is that part? The bottom part of the stove. It's for Oh man, what's the word I'm thinking of? What is the bottom thing? What is the bottom of the stove called? There we go. The broiler. I said it earlier. I was like, I know I said it. The broiler. Yeah, we store there. Lucky Bird says this channel needs to be changed from the Sunny channel to the Discovery channel. Austin, Texas edition. I'm gonna be tripping now. I'm gonna tell everybody at work, y'all wash your rice. I'm gonna call everybody, do one-on-ones with all my employees. Hey, do y'all wash rice? Mark Z says apparently the starchy rice water is good for hair and watering plants. Dude, I've been drinking that starchy rice water with my rice. It is terrible for hair. We don't do it, but it worked for some people. It did not work for me consuming the starch water. Logic 44 says murky with weevil's blood. Broiler, yes, the one. Lucky Butter says same. My parents never used the dishwasher and the lines hardened up. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. Apparently it is. They had it. They had it for years, never used it. And I was like, I know how to use this. In fact, there was one time at my apartment, I was like, wow, dishwashers are insane. So I had all my dishes from Dollar Tree because I was not a baller. And so I bought all my dishes at Dollar Tree. And I had did a photo shoot with, I think this one was with two girls at this one point. And one of them stayed a little later and she was like, oh, I'll help you straighten up and clean up. I was like, cool, let's do that then. And she filled up my dishwasher with all my Dollar Tree items, my Dollar Tree dishes, and the dishwasher broke them, like all of them. I was kind of impressed with the dishwasher. I was like, man, it probably can get those stains off. But then I was also not impressed because I lost like $8 in dishes. Matt 44 says broiler. Yeah, broiler is the word I was looking for. I still don't know how to cook with the broiler. Mark C says, I love how genuinely concerned Sonny is over washed rice. Dude, I feel bad. I've been giving my kids this dirty rice the whole time. I hurry up, eat your weevils for it, and go to bed. Start grounding them. You're grounded. Go to bed without eating your rice weevils. Like, oh, come on, Dad. Like, no. This hurts me more than it hurts you. Go to bed without your rice weevils. Yeah. Savage Snake says, so shook you're gonna grill employees about it. You guys broke them. I am gonna literally, okay, I work from home tomorrow. We're not going to the building next on Thursday. On Thursday, I'm gonna pop that question to them. I always ask my clerks at work. I'm like, hey, do y'all do this? And then it divides the whole team. That's what I love to do. Love that division. There's like, let me see. I got 10 people under me and me, so it's 11. So it's never a tie. Like I make sure there's never a tie. And right now, what was the last thing that I asked them was if they call. So pan dulce, of course, Mexican sweet cake. I asked them if they call the ones that look like turtle shells. I go, what do y'all call these? And I did not say what I call them. I asked them, and horrifically, Conchas won 7-4. So I was very upset because I've always known them as pan de huevo. And they were like, oh, they're all pan de huevo, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you shut your mouth. All right, 3 other people agree with me. So I'm going to ask them, hey, do you wash your rice before you cook it? If they say yes, they're fired. Out of here. Get out of here. We don't do that here. We eat weevils. Mark C says, washed rice weevils added to the Sunny Channel emoji list. Potential contender to the Sunny Channel mascot next to the whale booties. Dude, I'm gonna have to get a rice weevil emoji, man. Let me see. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna get some rice weevil emojis. I'm gonna try to use an app to make it like a cartoon. Rice weevil. They look like little beetles, to be honest. They look kind of crazy. Lucky Butter says, we need Idiocracy Lawyer Sunny to make an advertisement campaign telling everyone to wash their rice or something will be missing after a few years. That's why I wear this hat. Oh, man. I need to get a hat with a rice weevil on it. Gaijin says that shut your mouth was the most angry I've ever seen out of Sonny. Dude, I was so one time I came out of my office. I always mess with my people when I come out of my office. And one time I came out of my office and I said one of my clerks' names and he said, yes, sir. And I said, you shut your mouth and you only respond when I ask you a question. I did not realize. I didn't read my email. They were bringing around guests from another court into our court, and that was the first thing they saw. That was the first thing they saw as they entered our building was me tell my person to shut their mouth unless I'm talking to them. Mark C says, wash rice weevil emoji mascot is just a little weevil covered in soap suds in a bowl of rice. Just relax and have the best time of his life. Who never eat meat? Who doesn't wash their rice? Boom. Logic 44 says, yeah, you are too. Concha. Dude, that's what some people were telling me. And to add to their claim, all the people that called it Pan de Huevo with me happened to be from O2. One was from Mexico, but the other ones were from O2. So I was like, okay. All right, that might have been a regional thing right there. But yeah, that was a sad battle. I lost that battle pretty fast. It's okay though. It affected their review. I'm like, oh, remember when you were asked what the turtle like pan dulce was called, and you called it a concha. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's unsatisfactory. I'll be doing like that. I don't care. Rename this channel the Sunny Concha. I told him, I was like, concha sounds gross. That sounds like something that would have truffle butter. Oh, that's so awful. What did we learn today, kids? Truffle butter, rice weevils, conchas. They all sound disgusting. That glass of water a little bit starchy, if you ask me. You know what? It does. No, I got a, what is it called? Reverse osmosis or whatever. So when it pours it out real murky looking. I'm always like, looks like rice water. So I drank it because, weevils. I can hear their little screams. That is messed up though. Like I fed my kids bugs. I'm gonna like Google. Can you really eat rice weevils? Can you eat rice weevil? Oh yeah. See. Oh, I didn't see this part. Food authorities usually regard them as natural and unavoidable substances that do not pose health hazards to consumers with known illness or negative side effects if ingested. Whew. Mark C says adds truffle butter and concha to the bedroom talking points. What's up, girl? You looking kind of sexy over there. You want some of this truffle butter in your concha? That's how you use it. Oh, YouTube's like, oh, do we pull his monetization for that one? I'm not sure. I can't wait to start bringing up this stuff in normal conversation. All right, so no more eating rice weevils. There goes my protein. Marcy says, I feed my kids bugs. I mean, I'm sure they turned out fine. I did. 41 years stops today. Gonna start washing rice. Again, what do you put rice in that it won't fall through the holes? That's my thing. Or do you just leave it in a bowl, like soak it, and like knead it like it's bread? Marcy says, why'd you copy that truffle butter concha from my script line for line? I mean, how else do you get foreplay started, right? Be like, girl, I'm gonna be all over you like a weevil in rice. Man Logic 44 said, I was wondering if you could catch that. Yeah, I understand that concha is. That's what I told the people. I was like, that's gross. Why do you call it that? Because that's what it's saying. That's what it is. And they're like, no, yeah. I was like, yeah, it is. It's gross. Stop saying that. Pan de huevo. And they're like, well, huevo. I'm like, yeah, I understand that too. Concha is slang for truffle butter catcher. Yeah, you put the truffle butter in the concha. It's like a bagel with cream cheese. It's the it's the disgusting bagel with cream cheese. Savage Saint says, facts, Matt, facts. Mark C says, nah, we just use the bowl. Just pour our water through the side. No need for a strainer. Okay, okay. All right. So for a minute there, I thought you got rid of the weevils, but you keep them. Okay. That makes sense. Keep the weevils. Get rid of the starch. Man, you got to wash it a bunch then, right? To get all that stuff off. Okay. I'm going to try it like that. See if it's any different. Not going to hear the little screams of weevils, though. Mark C says, truffle butter catchers. Electric version of Dreamcatcher. Oh, man. Lucky Butter says, what a wild ride tonight on the Sunday channel. Yeah, the whole time I was like, what? What are we talking about? Todd McFarlane toys? No. Truffle butter, rice weevils, conchas. Main topics there. Might have to make a concha emoji now. Concha. Savage Saint says, you know how hard it is to ruin a bagel for a New Yorker? Thanks. You're welcome, man. That's what we do here at Sunny Channel. We ruin things. Mark C says, I've never seen weevils in rice, but now I'm scared. You have. You have seen them. When you put your rice in the water, they're little black things or brown things that float up to the top. I don't know what their eggs look like, but apparently their eggs hatch like crazy if you leave it in a dry place. They can't grow when it's cold. It's really weird. Mark C says, what have we done? And by we, I mean me. That's right. Savage Saint gonna have one of those bagel with cream cheese tomorrow morning. Mark C says, we went from well booty to cloacas to conchas. We are evolving. Mad Lodge 44 says, Sonny's kids, hear that? Dad's making rice. You hear all the little weevils. I swear, like, that'd be crazy, though, like, if the rice weevils, like, if they were audible, their little squeals. Because then you'd be making rice, like, what does that sound? Like, is somebody making tea on a kettle? But it's really just the rice weevils losing their lives. So that we, human beings, could have some rice. Think of all the weevils that have lost their lives because I didn't wash the rice out. Or rinse the rice? Rinse the rice? Wash the rice? Either way, I didn't do it. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Tomorrow when you're going to concha with truffle butter, if you're lactose intolerant, you may want to not do that. No, let's see. Rice weevils safe to eat. What? You know what? The rice weevils probably are not safe to eat. The things that I'm looking at are come from companies that make rice. Mark C says, bugs making noises are unholy. Like, don't tarantulas hiss? What? Well, there's a hissing cockroaches. Yeah, I'm not going to look up if tarantulas hiss because if they do, that would freak me out. I think I'd rather be freaked out right then and there than be like expecting it. And then it happens and I still freak out. So then I'm like, dang, I told myself it could hiss. I didn't listen to myself. And now this thing's hissing at me. Like, we have tarantulas here in Texas, too. You know what I hate more than tarantulas, though, are the wolf spiders. They're like the massive spiders. I hate those things, man. They were like, oh, yeah, you got wolf spiders here when I moved out to my neighborhood here. Like, oh, yeah, we get some wolf spiders here occasionally. I see them sometimes when I'm cutting the grass, and I forcefully go for them. I'm like, you're gonna end up either an amputee with no legs or dead. I'm gonna kill the wolf spider. I don't mess around with wolf spider. I hate them things. Some spiders are cool. Like sometimes when I'm driving, a little spider be like right here in front of my face, and I'm like, oh hey, what's up, little spider? And I just blow them out the window. One time a spider fell in my lap, and I freaked out, pulled over, jumped out, running everywhere. I was like, should I take my pants off? I don't know what to do anymore. I never found that spider. People looked at me like I was on drugs, though. Mark C says, I hate all spiders, tarantulas, arachnids. What are arachnids, though? Just like spiders and scorpions, right? I don't think there's any other ones. I don't know what anything else with 8 legs. Cyber Saint says, just a day in the life of a rice weevil, bro. Don't sweat their agony. Yeah, that's true. You think they're all like cuddled up in that rice box, talking about, oh man, it's a few more days and you're either gonna be cooked or you're gonna hatch one or the other, little baby. They give them some little bedtime stories. Like Butter says, what was the horror movie with the massive spiders based in Texas? 8-Legged Freaks. I like that movie. It's hilarious. They're like, the itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. They had the like death metal hard rock itsy bitsy spider song. Mark C says, why did the channel increase my irrational fear of rice weevils? That's what we do here. We do that here at the Sunny channel. We make you realize fears you didn't have that will affect your life going forward. You know what's crazy though? Because like, what if restaurants don't wash their rice? Because then they're like, takes too long, can't wash the rice, and so they don't wash the rice. Marcus, he said, don't say they're cuddled. I like to think that they're great parents, these rice weevils, and they probably do care for their young. That they're like, look, honey, little, I don't know what they would name a rice weevil. Maybe something like Bradford. Hey, Bradford, look, we did good. We're in a box of Uncle Ben's rice, not that cheap store brand. And be like, thanks, Mom, for looking out for me and my sister, Thumbelina, and getting us in this box of Uncle Ben's rice. And then my kids eat them. Savage Saint says, they're all like, you think he's going to wash us? I feel like you got to get their true, like, orphan voice for that. Do you think he's going to wash us? The bright-eyed look. Mark C says, I would rather have an irrational fear of conchas or truffle butter. For conchas or truffle butter filled conchas. Matt Lodge 44 says, I was serious earlier. A box, good stuff is bag or sack. Yeah, man, Comet Rice. I need Comet Rice. I think that's the brand. Comet is also a cleaning. I think it's Comet. Let me see. I don't mess around with the bag because I gotta find a clip. Yeah, Comet Rice. And then when I open the box, I pour some out and I close it. And then I put a piece of foil over the box and I throw it back in the refrigerator. A box. So, I never had it from a sack. That didn't sound right at all. I don't get my truffle butter from a sack. Mark C says, Bradford, out of all names. I don't know what rice weevils would name their kids. Mark C says, saying we get our rice in bags. Lucky Butter says, there's certain sushi places in Japan that literally will have the newest sushi chef wash rice for 3 years straight. Oh my goodness. Then they might consider moving them up. That's crazy. They'll be like, what do you do? I wash rice all day. See, you're telling me that I need to hire somebody to wash my rice. Start telling my kids, do your chores, wash the rice. Wash the rice if you don't want to eat any weevils. Ooh. And they'll be like, oh crap, I better wash this rice. Yes. Wash your rice. You know what? When I was younger, no, we never used the bag. We used the box of rice. The bag of rice is cheaper though. I don't know why I don't go with that. That makes the most sense. Comet long grain white rice. That's the one I get. Oh, it says it's enriched. Enriched with weevils. It says do not wash. No, it doesn't say don't wash. Don't think that the Comet Rice Company is for you eating all the weevils. I'm just glad it's just weevils. Cause like if it was something bigger, like it was straight up roaches, that'd be weird. I don't think I would have my kids eat roaches. I think I'd be like, kids, we just don't eat rice in this house. This is a rice-free house at this point because I'm not gonna mess with roaches. I hate roaches. Sorry, I'm playing with this action figure here. Man, it's 11:51. How do we spend an hour and a half talking about rice and truffle butter? But we've all learned something. That's the important thing. As I drink my rice water, Marksy says maybe it's location too. I don't want to jinx it for myself, but maybe since in a warmer area you get weevils. I'm gonna look. What areas get more rice weevils? Oh, in Texas. I didn't ask about Texas. Oh man. They're more common in humid regions, particularly in the southeast, from Texas to the Carolinas and parts of the Midwest. It's a southern thing. Y'all wouldn't understand. I'm gonna start telling people that. Hey man, you eat rice weevils? Nah, yeah, it's a southern thing, man. You wouldn't understand. From now on, I'm gonna ask Matthew McConaughey, like, hey, how many rice weevils do you eat a year, man? If he knows, he can tell me, all right, yeah, you Texan, all right. That's gonna be a new thing. When people say, "Oh, I'm from California," "Oh, I'm from uh, Wyoming," "Oh, I'm from South Dakota," "Oh, I'm from uh, Europe." I'm like, look, man, if you want to be a real Texan, don't wash your rice first. Eat a bowl. But yeah, apparently it is a Southern thing, so that's what we do. Mark C says we've all learned and feared something tonight. That's right. Oh, look, see, in it's reddish brown in color and has a distinct snout on its head. With the ability to multiply quickly, the rice weevil can be found in the U.S., anywhere in the U.S. But according to Harris, they're most common in humid regions, particularly in the Southwest, from Texas to the Carolinas and parts of the Midwest. Oh, so they multiply like rabbits. I'm gonna start using rice weevils instead of rabbits. So I'm like, oh man, they multiply like rabbits. I'm like, oh man, they multiply like rice weevils. That's insane. They multiply like rice weevils in Texas. Mad Lodge 44 says, not to freak you out, but there's nothing to stop other bugs from joining the weevils. Are rice weevils in every bag of rice? Ooh. Unless they're irradiating or freezing your rice before it gets to the store, there are rice weevil eggs in it. Yum. They're inside the rice grains. If you've eaten much rice, you've eaten rice weevil eggs. Probably comes from grain storage locations in warmer climates. Oh, there you go. So you're eating the eggs. Mark C says Matthew McConaughey's tuna salad recipe is wild. Now I gotta figure this one out. I won't be sleeping peacefully tonight. Just look, man. Before you go to bed, Marcus G, just cook you up a warm bowl of rice weevils. Olu says, "Oh Lord, I need to find out what Matthew McConaughey puts in his tuna salad." McConaughey tuna. Wow. I just put Matthew McConaughey tea, and it was like tuna salad recipe. Okay, so he was on Two Bears One Cave podcast, shared his to-go tuna salad. Starts with the base. You get your good tuna. Next, you want to watch how much lemon and vinegar you add. Add mayo mixed with some wasabi, and then chopped red onions, dill pickle, gherkins. Gherkin. This is I'll finally chop the dill pickle gherkins and crispy jalapeno chips to give it a little bit of crunch. McConaughey likes to add some chopped apples and a touch of agave syrup for some sweetness, as well as some corn and frozen green peas. That sounds awful. You know, I don't eat none of that stuff that's in there. I don't even know what a dill pickle gherkin is. At first, I was like, is that the pubic hair wig? That's a merkin, I was thinking. Savage Saint says that the dastardly brown snout rice weevil. Oh, Bradford the weevil, the rice weevil. Marcus, you said you shut your mouth. Oh man. Now I gotta have Bradford the rice weevil. He's the newest member of the Sunny Channel. Gotta figure out how to cartoonize a rice weevil. I have some cartoon app. I'm gonna have to do that. Rice weevil. I like it's like rice weevil insect. Well, no duh. What else is a rice weevil? Marcus, you ready for the picture of rice evil? Rice weevil. Marcus says, I haven't been able to eat solid foods for a week, and hearing chips makes me sad. Oh man, that sucks, dude. Okay, this is a good weevil. This is a little snout. Little Bradford. Crazy Bradford. Alright, we're gonna make this coming soon. That's coming soon for sure. Bradford the rice weevil. Yeah, this tuna. Well, I don't like tuna salad to begin with. I only eat tuna when it's fried like a patty. I can't eat tuna like this, but it looks disgusting. It looks like fruit salad that messed up. Lucky Butter says there's an app that has cartoon versions of all different things. Well, there's some apps that they'll cartoonize things. So like you put the picture in there, you use some sliders. I think PixArt is what I normally use, and I try to make it adjust to cartoonize things. Mark C says, Sunday commissions Chamba to draw Bradford. Wait, mate, what is this? I lost my Australian accent. Oi, oi, wait, oi. Good day. There you go. Good day, mate. Oi, mate. What is this bloody thing? No, I think that's British still. I could be wrong. Mark C says fried tuna sounds kind of good. Not gonna lie, it is delicious. That one, my mom keeps telling me how to make it, and I keep forgetting by the time I get home. I keep telling her, you should write it down. She's like, you should write it down. I'm like, fair enough. Neither one of us will write it down. I'll never be able to make this for my kids. We'll have to just do nothing but eat rice weevils all day, Mom. Thanks a lot. And she'll be like, you just write it down. I'm not going to write it down. It takes too long. But yeah. All right, so let's see. Oh, hey, by the way, shout out to Hasbro. They gave us a dire wolf a long time ago. I don't know if y'all caught that. We're making extinct animals now. Or mixture of extinct animals. Some people are like, oh, you didn't really make it. I don't think we really made it either, but still, it's cool to know that. I mean, it's not, I don't know how cool that is. What are they gonna do? Make woolly mammoths. That'd be cool. I want a woolly mammoth. Whoa, Marcus. He said fried tuna is greater than fish stick tacos. Whoa. Nah, you're probably right. I do like fried tuna. I was telling somebody at work because they were like, oh, someone puts cheese in their tuna fish salad. I was like, gross, cheese with tuna? And then I realized when I ate my fried tuna, I ate it with macaroni. And I put the macaroni, and they're like, well, if you eat it on the side, that's fine. I go, no, no, no. I put my fried tuna patty, and then I put macaroni and cheese directly on top of it, and I ate it that way. That's almost a fish stick taco if you think about it. You got the bread of the noodle, the macaroni noodle, or I eat the shell pasta. What is it? Macaroni, Velveeta shells and cheese. The fancier mac and cheese. Um, the bougie mac and cheese is what I like to call it. And then you have the tuna. So it's kind of like similar to a fish stick taco. Mark C says scientists have tried to revive the woolly mammoth, but brought back the woolly mice instead. They look so woolly mice. I can't wait for those to infest my rice. Woolly mice. Oh, dude, those are fluffy. Dude, can you imagine if you had a pet snake and you gave him some woolly mice? They'd be like, it's like a fine wine because it's aged. That's crazy. No, I don't know. They're getting crazy. We're gonna run into Jurassic Park sooner or later. They're gonna be like, oh man, we found this dinosaur embryo and we mixed it with chicken, and now we have velociraptors. Man Lodge 44 says, is your tuna breaded? Nah, it's just straight up fried. It's just like on the pan, and then you flip it on this other side, and then you eat it like that. I don't even know when it's done. Just I guess when it's dark enough, then it's kind of done. But they're like thin. My mom always made them thin. I think maybe because she just didn't like cooking that long. Savage Saints is definitely disowned. Man. Mark C says, "Oh, dude, those are fluffy. They are, man. They're pretty fluffy little mice. Those woolly mice in the snake gullet. Dog, we just came back. Can you imagine that? Oh man, they'd be like, come on, bro. Ah, there goes our population again. Why is there a woolly mouse anyway? Is that really a thing? Like back in the past, then they used to be like, oh, back in the dinosaur times, mice were like 8 feet tall. I'm like, oh, they weren't. That's a big mouse. Mark C says those fried sounds are the rice weevils make being boiled in hot water. That's right, baby. See you later, Bradford. You're about to give me 0.04 grams of protein. Yeah, I think we could do woolly mammoths. I'd be all right with that. Man, oh, it's already past midnight. Well, it is time to go. Let's recap real quick. Tariffs, truffle butter, conchas, rice weevils. Wash your rice, everyone. Very important lesson. If you're gonna take away anything from the show tonight, wash your rice. Wash the rice. That's a thing. Woolly mice. Nachos and butter in my own home would make me reevaluate my life. What? Nachos and butter? Wait, chips and butter? Chips and butter is delicious. We glazed over that. Chips and butter is delicious. You get some tortilla chips, not just any chips, tortilla chips, and scoop some butter in it, and then eat it like that. Delicious. And if you don't have chips, saltine crackers work just fine too. Take the saltine cracker, you dip it in butter, and eat the chip. Eat the cracker. Mark C says, woolly mammoths in this climate would be so sick and tired of everything. Imagine all the woolly mammoth weevils that would be in their skin. Doug Butter says, have a great night, everyone. Don't forget to listen to Truffle Butter, the song. Yes, we all have homework. Listen to Truffle Butter, the song by Nicki Minaj. Prepare to be grossed out. Should be a good time. Avoid the tariffs. You can. Mark C says, I love those Tostitos with a hint of lime tortilla chips. I don't like those. I tried them. I was like, this is weird. It was too weird. The flavor was, I don't know, it wasn't there for me. I couldn't do them. My cousin had bought them. He was like, man, you got to try these. These are good. And I was like, okay. I like limes in my alcoholic drink, so we'll try it. I wasn't feeling them. Mark C says, Woolly Weevils, how dare you? That's right, baby. Woolly Weevils. Bring them back too. Bring back all the Weevils, all the past Weevils. Bring them back. But yeah, we talked about all that stuff. I will try to get some more content out there. Shout out to the channel members. Here tonight too, Matt Logic 44, Savage Saint. Shout out to everybody that showed up. Lucky Butter, Marcus C, Olu. That's about it. It was just y'all 5 that showed up tonight. But yeah, I'm trying to get some more content out there. Soon. Have some ideas. I don't know how I'm gonna execute them just yet, but we'll figure them out. What was that figure I just playing with? Probably try to get a review out. I probably will do some older figures to review as well, while these tariff things are manhandling everybody's paychecks right now and pocketbooks. What was it? The Crab Louie from Mezco. That looked good. That looked cool. That looked good. That one went fast. I don't know if anybody got that one. If y'all got that one, great job. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to review some older stuff just to put some content into y'all brains. Mark Z says, "Take care, y'all. Great and chaotic show. This was a good one. We learned a lot. Oh, I just hit my microphone. We learned a lot, and when I say we, I mean mostly me, but stuff was learned. But thank y'all all for tuning in. I'm in a state of panic, especially tonight. Savage Saint says, good stuff, guys. Have a great week. Thanks, Sonny. Same to y'all. Have yourselves a great week. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see y'all again in 2 weeks if I can manage to get on before. So Texas got really hot. I was actually going to try to live stream for a few days ago from on my way home. Texas is too hot right now, and my phone immediately burned and turned itself off, so I couldn't live stream. It sucked for me. I didn't like that, but it happens. But yeah, y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Thanks for coming, everyone. And let me figure out how to stop this here.